Now let's be honest, buying and investing in Pokemon products can be fun. We love having products in our hands, we love opening things, we love ripping packs, also with the chance that it might go up in value in the future. But here's the truth, not everything in Pokemon becomes an automatically good investment. What we're going to talk about is 4 Pokemon investments that you need to try and avoid. A lot of people think sealed product equals profit. Right now, yes, sealed product is kind of going up, but trends don't last forever and not all sealed product is created equal. Just look at Sword and Shield. Evolving Skies has massively outperformed other products in that set. Other sets are rising, yes, but not as much as Evolving Skies has to date. And another trap that people fall into is just because a card is expensive now doesn't mean it's going to be super expensive in the future. They don't always rise. So that couldn't be further from the truth. Pokemon has gone through booms and busts before. Times when it was red hot and other times when it's been like a ghost town. The point I'm trying to make is FOMO is real and all we need to try and do is just resist it a little bit. And if you skip one set, don't worry, there's always another one just around the corner. So let's break it down. Mistake 1 that people always make are loose booster packs. Loose booster packs can often look tempting, but they're one of the most riskiest investments. Although it can be great, just buying one and ripping that one if you're at, let's say, a card show or just out with your mates. One of the main things with booster packs, or loose booster packs, is damage wear. They can get damaged really easily. Even just picking them up or shifting them in storage can cause warping, creases, or dents of damage to the cards inside the pack. They've also got quite an unclear history, especially with the older cards. You don't really know how many hands it's passed through. Has it been kept in someone's shoebox? Has it been kept under a bed? Has it been kept in someone's wardrobe or a drawer? We just don't know. Lastly, resealing problems. And this is quite a big one. Resealed packs are a major problem, especially with vintage. Someone carefully takes out the rare, slips in a holo rare, and reseals the pack up nicely. And unless you're experienced, it can be quite hard to spot. There are little signs though. But here's the major problem with that if you don't spot it. If you've bought this pack and you've held on for it for a long time as an investment because you want to sell it later on, and then you sell it later on, and then that person opens it, and then they realise because there's like little bits of glue and other little things that you notice when something is resealed, they think, hold on, this guy's had it for ages. Is he not the scammer? And that can ruin your reputation, especially if you are a seller. But I'm sure if you are a major seller, you can spot these kinds of things. So it shouldn't be really too big of a problem for you. But if you are a beginner, really keep an eye on these kinds of things. And personally, I've watched loads of YouTubers opening loads of vintage packs, and maybe not all of them are resealed, but maybe just 1 or 2. Even if it's just 1 or 2 within 100 packs, that's still packs that are being resealed, and these people are opening them. And to be fair, they've been quite good at noticing it on the video and highlighting maybe who the seller was, especially if it is someone that they've bought from a couple of times and all of those cards have been resealed. And that can be money straight down the drain, especially if you don't have a lot of capital to waste. A safer alternative to these are the single blister packs or the triple blister packs. These are often factory sealed, much harder to tamper with, which makes them a lot more secure for storage over a longer period of time. And they're also quite consumer friendly. Not everyone has $1,000 to spend on a booster box, but a triple blister pack may only cost 100, even if it's 3 packs and it's vintage. For some sets, that can be quite a good price. And £100, let's be honest, is a lot easier to spend than 1,000. But I'll be honest, in my personal opinion, triple blister packs are not where my pulls have come from. If I open a triple blister pack, I know I'm getting 3 holos and no rares. But as a sealed investment, they're a pretty safe bet. Next up is special promo boxes. These might look flashy on shelves, but as an investment, they're actually not that great. They can be quite clunky to store. They're huge, filled with plastic, and they can be easily damaged. You can get like little bits of cardboard dents, or the corners can crush quite easily, and the plastic windows scratch over time, which is really annoying. And a lot of people buy them for the promos, and you can get quite a lot of promo issues. So when you buy these special promo boxes and you want to try and get that promo in a 10, they're often not packaged very well. So it makes it really hard to get a 10, whichever grading company that you're trying to grade with. Because the way they're packaged, They can be quite hard to get out sometimes, you know, they're just an absolute pain. But then again, that makes the 10s in those cards a little bit more rare. So is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? And they often have unclear contents. Like if you're buying off the packs, sometimes you don't really know what the packs are inside. Like if I buy a booster box of Deaths and Rivals, I know I'm getting a booster box of Deaths and Rivals, or a booster bundle, or a triple blister pack, I can see the packs. Sometimes in a special promo box, you can't actually see what's in there and you're trying to guess. Unless you really know the market very well. But for a lot of beginners, they might think, ooh, this promo is cool, but then I don't really know what packs are inside. So is it really worth it to buy it just for the packs? And because people don't really know what's inside, if they're looking on your store online, let's say eBay or Vinted, TCG Player, people might just scroll past, especially if they're someone who's a bit more inexperienced, because they can't really tell what's inside that box. Just goes, here's a special promo box, this has got this many packs inside, is that worth it? Who knows? We don't know, let's just go. At the end of the day, they're just more weaker to buy as an investment than mainstream products. They can be fun to buy, they can be fun to keep, but definitely not something I would buy if I was trying to make a little bit of extra money. They're just awkward and a little bit underwhelming sometimes. Mistake number 3 is premium figure collections. You've probably seen them, such as the Charizard premium box or a Pikachu premium box, and people think they're really good because it's branded with the word premium. But let's be honest, the main thing that's premium is usually the price tag. And here's a few points about them. They take up loads of space. The figures inside are often really cool, but they don't have a lot of value. Resale demand is tiny. Buyers don't want to pay a premium for a large box that's really chunky, that doesn't have much inside anyway, because where are they going to store it? The perfect example of this is the Charizard premium box. And you know the one, it's been in shops for ages. I keep seeing it's one of the products that I can find really easily. Loads of people have seen it and it's been on the market and the secondary market forever. If you are going to sell this box, you may have, but more often than not, it's just not going to sell for probably a couple of years. So if you're buying this product to put the figure on your shelf, cool, it'd probably work for you. If you're buying it as an investment and you want it as a retirement fund, probably one of the better things to avoid. Now hear me out with this one might be a little bit controversial, but number 4 is regular base ETBs. Now ETBs are super popular with collectors. They often have decent pull rates, they've got dice, they've got promo cards, they've got other things in there. But a lot of it is just filled with fluff. Unless you're trying to build like a dice mountain, a lot of the time if you're buying a lot of ETBs, it's not the best purchase to make. The better play to make is Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. These are just superior in every single way. They've got more packs in them, they've got an exclusive promo card, and they're scarcer and more collectible in the long term. Think of the Pokemon Center stamp in the modern day like a first edition stamp back in the vintage days. It sets the product apart from non-stamped promo cards. Collectors love these little details, and Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs are a much safer bet for the long term than the ETBs that you find at retail. So little one, just to finish off, just because it's sealed doesn't mean it's a safe investment for the future. Always think about demand, storage, and long-term buyer interest. But at the end of the day, Pokemon should be fun. Buy what you love, but be smart about where you put your money. Avoid the pitfalls and save yourself a lot of frustration down the line. Hopefully this little breakdown helps you stay clear of some bad buys in the future. And if you found this video helpful, please make sure to drop a like, write a little comment, and subscribe for more Pokemon content in the future. And I've got a little question for you. What's the worst Pokemon product that you've bought that you thought might have been a great investment? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please make sure to click one of the links for one of my later videos on Pokemon investing and Pokemon collecting.